And welcome back to Early Edition. Well, with the long weekend coming up, several organizations got together today to remind the public about impaired driving, and they did it in a very graphic way. A mock crash next to Mile 1 Stadium in downtown St. John's. Organizers say public awareness may be growing. More people than ever are being charged and convicted, but the problem remains, with 200 people across Canada injured and 4 killed every day. And it's no longer just alcohol.
You can be impaired by marijuana, cocaine, ecstasy. You can even be impaired by a medication that's prescribed by a doctor if you're not supposed to be driving with it. And presently, right now, we have officers that can determine if you are impaired by either one of these drugs. With the long weekend coming, several organizations put off an event today to show people impaired driving can have tragic consequences. Here now's Otsuri Zori reports.
Anatomy of an accident scene. 3 people injured. 1, a baby, dead. And a driver who says she lost control while trying to avoid a pedestrian. And honestly, all she had was 1 beer and earlier a pill for back pain. Relax, it was just a mock crash in front of Mile 1 Stadium to highlight what is anything but a mock: the continuing carnage caused by impaired driving.
One time we talked about, drunk drivers. Today,
the male driver, aged 19 to 24 and fueled by alcohol, is still the main character in this sad drama. But figures show that drug-related accidents are becoming every bit as common as those caused by alcohol.
You can be impaired by marijuana, cocaine, ecstasy. You can even be impaired by a medication that's prescribed by a doctor if you're not supposed to be driving with it.
That sort of broadens the discussion a little bit. It's much more difficult to say one typical profile.
Even as public awareness of the issue is growing, the picture is getting more complex. For example, recent studies suggest that the danger from impaired driving is spreading around the clock. Drunk drivers still do much of their damage after a night of drinking. Accidents caused by drivers high on drugs, on the other hand, occur more often in daytime during working hours. The tragic consequences are often the same. Otsuri Zori, CBC News, St. John's.